All right, this is our static stretch leg workout, cool down. Probably take about 15 to 20 minutes. We've got 5 or 6 stretches we'll run through. So great to do after your leg workout or after a cardio run or bike ride or something like that. So we'll start lying on our back, so just come down to your mat. And when you lie back here, we're going to bend into the left leg, just place the sole of the foot right on the floor. And then take that right leg all the way up to the ceiling, flex the foot really good. And then you're going to bend that leg and just cross that right foot right over the left knee. Let this knee fall out to the side here. Give it a little press. And you should feel that in the right hip. If that feels good, stay right there. Or you can interlace your fingers at the back of that left leg and start to pull the knees into the chest. But keep a flex in that right foot. And just breathe. And keep pressing the outer blade of that right foot into your thigh so you feel that stretch really good over in that right hip. And then if you have the leg, that left foot raised up, the knees at the chest, go ahead and lower back down. And we'll switch it out here. Right foot goes down, left leg up, flex into it, and then cross it right over that right knee. Open up good here. Maybe a little press with that left hand. And then take what feels good on this side. You might notice that you've got one side a little tighter than the other. That's normal. And then slowly release back out of it. And this one is going to be our happy baby stretch. It's going to stretch the inner thighs. So we'll do one side at a time, and then if you're feeling good, you can always go into both sides together. Keep the left leg bent, foot flat, and send that right leg up again. We'll bend into that right leg, draw the knee over to the right shoulder. Keep the right foot pressing to the ceiling, and then grab for the outer blade of that foot or just the back of that right leg and pull down. And try to keep your right hip grounded here. So if it's starting to rise up, just pull it back down towards your mat. You can always do both sides together on this one if you choose. But be active here. So really press that right foot into your hand and pull down with that right hand into the foot. And those of you working the one side with me will just go ahead and put it back down. If you are doing both sides, just stay where you're at. If not, lift that left leg this time. Pull the knee over towards the armpit and press that left foot to the ceiling. So you've got that foot stacked right over that knee. Left hip drawing back down. Keeping that back nice and flat to the floor here. release out of it. So if you have a strap, grab that for this next one. This is our hamstring stretch. From that same reclined position. So we'll have the left leg bent with the foot flat, and then we'll send that right leg up, okay? And we're gonna loop that band or strap right around the back bottom of that foot. And we're gonna start to pull that right leg in towards our chest, straightening it as much as you can till you feel the stretch in the hamstring, and that's when you stop, okay? If you don't need the strap, you can just grab for the foot. And keep flexing those toes towards your face. And we'll slowly release out of it. And just switch sides there. So send that left leg up, flex into the foot, pull the knee towards your chest, walk the hands up the band. When you find that stretch in the back of the leg and the hamstring, stay right there. And then we'll slowly release on out of it. Go up to a seated position here for this one. I like to sit on the block for this one. It's a wide-legged forward fold. So you're gonna come onto your block. If you choose, you don't have to. Separate those feet nice and wide. Flex the toes up to the sky. Sit up really, really tall. And you can lift those arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. And when your breath out, start to fold forward from your hips. Keep the back nice and flat here, so we don't want to round. And you lower down as far as you feel good. So maybe that's down onto those elbows. Maybe you rest your forearms or forehead on a block here as well. Whatever feels good to you. We'll be here for 1 minute. Keep the toes flexed to the ceiling. Getting into those inner thighs here. Just try to keep your neck long here. Remember, it's an extension of your spine, so we don't want that rounding going on. We want to stay nice and flat. And then just slowly start to come up out of it. I'm going to come into a low lunge position here. Get into that hip flexor. Keep your block here as well. You may want to use it. So left foot will go in front to start. Right knee is down on the mat behind you. Walk that right knee just a little bit behind your hip so you're not pressing straight down onto it. Just put that block right on the inside of that front foot. Stack that left knee over the ankle or pretty close to it. You can interlace the fingers here right on that left thigh and just start to press forward. So you're feeling that right in the front of that right hip. Now you can stay right here, or you can draw that right heel up into your glute. Maybe you reach around with that right hand and catch your foot. The left hand can go to the inside of that front foot on that block. It's a little bit of a twist. And if you catch a hold of the foot, just kick that foot into your hand. Just options. Just intensifying that stretch there in the quadricep on the right leg. And then slowly release that foot if you had it tucked up. And we'll switch it out right over to the other side here. Right foot will come in front, left knee will stay down. And we'll start by sliding that left knee back behind the hip. You can press into the top of that left foot for now. And the more you press actually into the top of that left foot versus tucking your toes, the deeper you'll get that stretch now in that left quad and left hip flexor. So just pressing forward. Trying to square off the hips a little bit here, so it's a slight tuck back of the right hip and a slight little press forward of the left. And then if you feel good, maybe you bring that right hand to the inside of that left foot. You draw that left heel into your glute and catch that foot. Maybe you wobble a little bit and then you try it again. Keep a big flex in that left foot. Kick it into your hand if you have a hold of it. And then just slowly releasing out of it. And we'll come into our last little stretch. It's our Malasana Squat in yoga, and it's our inner thigh stretch here. So you can set your bottom down onto this block, or you don't have to use the block, whatever you prefer, but put it on whatever height you choose. Separate your feet about shoulder distance, turn the toes out, and then you settle your bottom down right onto that block. So the knees are going to track over the toes, following that same direction. Elbows press right into those thighs. You can bring your palms together. You can make fists if you need to open up a little bit more. And just keep your spine long here. So this is that straight line there from the top of your head down to those hips. Tailbone drawing down, crown of the head stretching up. And you're just pressing with those thighs into the knees, or thighs into the elbows. Elbows into the thighs or knees. You can stretch your arms out, but pulling those shoulders back here. Think about lifting the chest, pressing those collarbones forward. So if you don't have the block underneath you, you just got that tailbone stretching down towards your mat. A couple more breaths here. And you can slowly start to put your hands down and just lift those hips up. You did it. Hope that felt great.